and welcome to my BookTube channel. My name is Amy, but I am best known as Let's Escape with Books. So I decided to start a BookTube for one reason only. I love to talk about books. I thought I would do my first video all about who I am and my plans for my BookTube channel. So yeah, like I said, I'm Amy. I have always been a big lover of books. I have been very fortunate enough that people in my family love to read too, so I've always been brought up with books surrounding me. As a young child, I always had my head stuck in a book, and only up until I really reached secondary school, I was about 15, where I sort of had more of a social life and books weren't cool, that I sort of took a break from reading. But I started back properly reading in 2015 when I became a mum. You'd probably be a bit shocked that how can you read when you have a newborn baby, but trust me, when you have to do night feeds, you need something to keep yourself awake, and books was that for me. I also back then was really poorly. I was very unwell and I was in and out getting lots of tests, had no idea what was wrong with me, and no one had a clue what was wrong with me. And books for me have always been an escape. I've always found, if I'm struggling in my head, whether it's mental health or being poorly or anything really, books is my coping mechanism. I always just get my head in a book and I just forget what's going on for a few hours, and it may not be the best thing to do, but for me it's how I cope, it's how I get through life. So I started reading a lot back then. I was going through a really bad place, I was really poorly, and I just needed something that was my solace, and reading was that. In 2015 I finally got diagnosed with what was wrong with me, and I really became invested in books. It was what got me through that agonising pain I was in. It got me through my anxiety attacks, my panic attacks that I was getting. It was really, I'm going to be totally honest, a lifesaver for me. And from then onwards, I have just been obsessed with books. Like, as you can tell, I have a lot of books. But yeah, I've really been invested in reading, and I then decided to make my book journey a bit more public. So last year, which would be 2020, as we all know, we were gifted with a really lovely pandemic. And because of what's wrong with me, I was classed by the government and the NHS that I was high risk and I needed a shield. So pretty much for most of 2020 I had a shield. So I wasn't allowed to do much, I wasn't allowed to go out and about, I couldn't do food shopping or anything like that. Like, I could have an hour walk if I was lucky, but that was about it. So my time spent was reading, because that's all I could do really. So I decided to take a risk and document my books and what I thought of them. And so on June the 3rd, 2020, I started a bookstagram, hence the name Let's Escape with Books. I didn't really know much about bookstagram. I only just started knowing about it because I had joined a book club and a lot of people in there were sharing their Instagram handles, and they were all book related. So I asked those people there what it was, like what you did for it, and basically the lowdown is you post the books you read, you write a review, you know, just talk a hell of a lot about books, which for me, yes, I can do that. I can talk about books because books are pretty much my life. So yeah, I started my bookstagram journey on June the 3rd. It's been 7 months now, and I'm amazed at how easy it is. The bookstagram community is fantastic. You have your few moments because nothing is perfect, but it's a fab community to be in, and you're with like-minded people because these people love books, they love to read, and bookstagram really makes your book TBR huge. Like, I only had probably one little shelf full of books because I used to get a lot of my books from the library because I read books so fast. It was easy just to have it from the library and sending them back rather than buying them and never reading them again. But for a while I had like a couple books on my shelf, and then the minute I joined bookstagram community, that just got bigger and bigger. I've now got 2 shelves completely full of books. I've got 2 book caddies. I have books hidden because I have no room for it. I've got books up here, and actually over the weekend I actually started doing a TBR jar. So I wrote down all of my books that I own, both print copies and Kindle, and so far, and this is after a book spring clean as well, I got 416 books. I got a lot of books, guys, a lot of books. But yeah, so I started my bookstagram journey. I realised how easy it was. Throughout my journey I started getting quite confident on doing videos. I did a lot of stories for a while, and then I started doing IGTVs and reels, and I realised I actually enjoyed doing them, so I decided to start this. I thought I'd do a BookTube channel because it means I can talk without a limited time restriction, and I just thought it would sort of bring me out of my comfort zone. And you know, a lot of people started doing BookTube, it seems to be a big thing, and I thought, you know what, I want to start one. It might not be the best, it might not be perfect, but it's a nice thing for me to do, to document things a bit better and just have fun and have a laugh, really. So yeah, that's why I started it. Hopefully, you know, people might like my channel, but I know there are a lot of booktubes around. I know lots of people do lots of vlogs, so you know, I might not be as amazing as them, but you know, this is more for me than anything else. So yeah, I thought I'd start it. I thought, since I'm doing quite well in my bookstagram, like, I went in thinking the most I might get was 500 followers, and I am over 5,000 followers. That is a big deal for me, guys. Like, it might not mean anything to some of you, but for me it is a big deal because my personal Instagram has about 360 followers. That is it. So the fact that I've got 5k followers, it's mind-blowing. It is so yeah, I thought I would do this. I thought I would just talk a hell of a lot about books and just feel happy that I get to do that. So yeah, that pretty much is what my channel is going to be about, if you had not really got the gist of what this BookTube is going to be. It is pretty much me talking about books. My plan is to do my monthly TBR to show you what books I've picked for each month. I'm also going to do a monthly wrap up. So I had been doing them on my bookstagrams as IGTVs, but you can only do them for like about 15 minutes, and depending on how many books I've read that month, it's very hard to sort of read all the books that I have like read and like what I thought was good about it, what I thought was bad about it, and my ratings. Like, I've had to do it in like about 2, 3, 4 parts. So I'm going to be now doing this on here rather than my bookstagram because I have more time to do so. So yeah, I'll be doing my monthly TBRs, my monthly wrap-ups. I will also pop up on and do unboxings. I have just started a Fairy Loot subscription, so I'm hoping to do my unboxings on here and my reactions for it, because it's the first time I've ever done it. I've been wanting to, but I've been waiting for so long to get actually a spot. I've been on a waiting list for a good few months now, and I finally got a spot, so I am so excited. And I think this month's box theme is about mythology, so, and like specifically Greek mythology, so I'm really excited on that because I haven't really read much of that, so it would be quite cool. So yeah, I'll be doing like unboxings. Possibly I might do unboxings for gifts that I've got from my wish list that people do on Bookstagram. It depends really, because that won't be a really long video in all fairness. But yeah, it's mainly just going to be my monthly wrap-ups, my monthly TBRs, unboxings for my subscriptions, and I will probably go on here now and then to do like a book update, what my current read is and my thoughts on it so far. So that is roughly what I have planned. I might find new ideas and add it on, but for now, that is the idea. I don't want to do too much because obviously I still want to make my book journey fun and like exciting for me. I don't want to give myself tons of pressure. So yeah, that's the aim of the plan. I know it's not for everyone, but I'm hoping people who love books just as much as me will appreciate this channel and want to watch me ramble about books really. So yeah, that's really me. I think my next video that I will be doing will be my TBR. So I'll do my January TBR. I've already picked it out because I knew what I was reading already, and I have started reading some books from there, but I will show you my TBR and maybe my predictions of what I think these books might be rated by me. So that will be my like first proper BookTube video for you guys. But yeah, if you're interested in this, please subscribe. If you would like to ask me any questions about Bookstagram community, or if you've got any advice on me and how to improve my channel, anything really, pop them in the comments and I will slowly get back and reply to them. I will put all the links down of my social media, so my Instagram, my Goodreads account and stuff like that. But yeah, if it's interesting to you, please subscribe and I shall see you again soon.